the fear of death is the only thing that can compete with the fear of failure. Every week I remind myself how much time I have left, what are the things I want to do before I die, and this creates the sense of urgency, the sense of I have like this fire inside of myself that okay, if I don't do it now, I will never do it. You have to kill fear with another fear, that at the end of the day you will have regret about something that you didn't do, you didn't try, you didn't find the courage. When the numbers come in, sometimes you have to doubt everything you did, every decision you made, every business unit you opened. Stay true to yourself, because if you are not, for example, if you are not hard, if you don't like to punish people, or and you try to make because you think that's the way to do, you will not be a very good leader, because it's not your nature.
Welcome everyone! Today we have an incredible guest, one of the top 20 angel investors of the world, visionary, who backed up 14 unicorns and invested in 150 companies. He definitely knows how to build $1 billion companies. I'm Julia Titova, the founder of Svai International, the first in the world AI-based platform for top founders, entrepreneurs, businesses, experts, community leaders, where we create and monetize, their connections and superpower of social capital strategically, and we convert your contacts into contracts. And today I'm diving deep with Oskar Hartmann and asking really interesting questions about startups, investments, and how to really differentiate unicorns from failures. Let's get started. But before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay tuned about top news and insights from global leaders. Put like on this video so the more entrepreneurs will see this content, and make sure you're gonna stay until the end, because the most interesting is always at the end. Oskar, you invested in 14 unicorns.
Yeah.
Was it any common factor in each of them?
Yeah, I studied this a lot, but you can say that unicorn companies have definitely a good business model. The same business models create unicorns all over the world. Usually when a good business model appears, it creates unicorns in more than 10 countries, the same business model. The same is for the team. Usually you have a founder or 2 founders, 3 founders, and an amazing team that are dedicated, obsessed, ready to make this company their life's work. So the team is the second component. The third is sometimes you have unique resources or access to capital, being in the right ecosystem. It's less important, but it's also important to be in the right place at the right time. And the fourth component is execution. So it takes 10 years of hardcore making it happen, getting things done, solving problems, going through obstacles. So these are the 4 components that I see among all unicorns. And also, of course, the 5th one that nobody likes is luck. Being lucky.
Okay, sounds good. A startup is a reflection of the founder.
Yeah.
So what leadership skills the founder should have to create a unicorn company?
Yeah, I think most companies are like an art object, where the founder definitely expresses his nature, and that's the best case. The best case, if he follows some management principle from Harvard, is less good. It's more if he makes this really his reflection. In terms of leadership, there are millions of books about leadership, millions. That just means, that's proof that there's not one way, because we have only 3 books on gravity, because gravity is solved. You don't need one more book about gravity, but every year there's 100,000 new books about leadership this, leadership that. So I think it's only important for the founder to have his style of leadership. There's not one right or wrong leadership. What I see is that the founders that build amazing companies, they believe in their own style. So you can believe, let's say, in discipline and in like German style leadership, right?
I love that.
And you should just believe it and not question yourself all the time, and hire people accordingly, build process accordingly. Or maybe you believe a company should be like a family. It's a different style. But then you should believe in this and not question yourself all the time. So you build everything accordingly. So there's definitely proof that you can build a unicorn company with a lot of different leadership style. Very hard, hands-on micromanagement, or you give people a lot of autonomy, you give a lot of freedom, a lot of different ways work. And you can see this because when a business models appear, like for example there was cash and carry, right? Like supermarkets, cash and carry, it appeared like 50, 60 years ago. And then in every country, you can go to any country in the world, to Brazil, to Germany, to France, you will see in the Forbes top 10 somebody who did the cash and carry business model. And they have different values, different cultures, different systems. In Germany there was Aldi Süd and Aldi Nord. They divided the company because they could not agree on the leadership style. 2 brothers, they had different styles, they could not agree. So they divided the company very early on. And now they have been building the company with 2 different leadership styles for 50 years. And as a result, both companies are exactly the same size. And the 2 brothers are the richest people in Germany. So the business model, the same business model, you can see, for example, neobanking. Banks without, physical representations in India, in Brazil, in everywhere, in Azerbaijan, in Kyrgyzstan, everywhere, in Kazakhstan. You have Kaspi doing $2 billion of profit. Different founders, different leadership styles, and they all reach a huge level because they have a good business model. So I would just focus to find your own style and really believe in it, follow through, and stay true to yourself. Because if you're not, for example, if you're not hard, if you don't like to punish people, or and you try to make because you think that's the way to do, you will not be a very good leader because it's not your nature. You don't have, this leadership doesn't fit your nature.
So what I've heard from your answer, belief, it's the key here.
No, believe in yourself and believe in your own leadership style.
Amazing. Yeah, I truly believe that belief in general, it's really important. Then you believe in yourself, and then you have people around you who really believe in you.
Yeah, belief is. I think belief is like a wave, like a sinus curve. For any unicorn founder, there's points where you need to believe, and there's a problem, and you need to get the team together, and you need to kind of get the energy. But also there's phases where you need to stop believing, because to be dogmatic and to just say everything is good, everything is amazing, when the numbers come in, sometimes you have to doubt everything you did, every decision you made, every business unit you opened. Yes, at the beginning you need to form a team, you need to unite people, but then when you start and you execute, the numbers come in and you have to be like, oh, this didn't work, this thesis is not good, so you need to be truth-seeking as well. So I think it's like a wave between optimism and pessimism, belief and doubt. So the best founders are the ones that can use both ends of the spectrum. Because if you just believe and nothing else, you can run bad ideas for a very long time.
And let's imagine that you have to start your journey again.
Okay, from now, right now.
Right now, but
Everything.
yeah,
is...
everything vanished. No money, no connections.
No kids. I have 4 kids.
No money, no connections, like nothing. But you have all your knowledge.
Yeah, that's quite easy. That's quite easy.
How would you do that?
Yeah, so the first thing right now is a great time to start because the world is being remade. There's new things in the world, mostly artificial intelligence, but also blockchain and other things. And the world is being remade. So let's say 25% of the world is going to be different in 10 years than now. And that's a good time for young entrepreneurs to rebuild. So what I would do, if I had to start from zero, having no resources, no nothing, I would focus on finding something that worked in artificial intelligence. So there's now millions of tests being done in artificial intelligence. Applied here, applied to sales, applied to customer service, applied to everything, to investments. And most of these tests will not work. So the key I would focus on something that worked, and I would do geographical arbitrage. So because I start from zero, I cannot take too much risk, right? I have a family, I have 4 kids, so they need to eat. So I would try to find something that is proven. The problem and the good thing about the world is that the future is already here.
Yes.
But it's not evenly distributed. I was recently in the village in Kazakhstan where I grew up. It does not look like this. There's still people riding, horses, and it's very much back. So I would focus on distributing the best ideas. So I would find something that worked, that is not distributing itself. There are some things that distribute themselves, but there are some things that don't distribute themselves. That there's barriers to distribution, regulation or something else. And then I would find the geography that I know where this value is not distributed to. And I would create a company quickly, very fast, that takes this idea and implements it in a new geography. So I would basically I would study everything that everybody is testing. Artificial intelligence for lawyers, artificial intelligence for agents, artificial intelligence, and who has really great results. And the information is available. You can find this information. So I would build a company using a proven model, proven idea for a new geography. That's what I would do. And I would, most likely, I would focus 100% of my energy on AI.
I agree with you 100%.
And then you have to find a business model that doesn't require startup funding. So it has to be very capital light. It has to be mostly dependent on something that a few people can build. Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next part. We're gonna move to ecosystems.
Yes.
So nowadays the world is changing, as we mentioned before. AI is really, to see how it's entering our life. It's truly amazing. And now I can see a big trend towards ecosystems.
Yes.
Yeah, the business model, of course, it's really important. It's one of the key facts, for the businesses. What do you think in general about the trend of ecosystems?
Yeah, I think it's not a trend. It's like a fact of life. When world becomes digital, some businesses become ecosystems and they become bigger and bigger and bigger. So the biggest business models in the world will be ecosystems. And it used to be much more difficult to build. It used to be called like empire. Yeah? But it's much more difficult to build an empire when information takes 3 months to move from one place to another place. Now with digital businesses, it's so fast, and so this is also the reason why we have less and less people in the world capturing most of the value of the world. It's a sad truth. We have inequality. Yeah. Less and less people capture most of the wealth. And the wealth inequality is very bad among people, but it's even worse among companies. So the wealth concentration, there's about 100 million plus companies in the world. But like 500 companies take most of the wealth, 500. So because in every good company like NVIDIA, there's 10,000 people being wealthy in NVIDIA. So you have 10,000 people, but only one company. So the wealth concentration among companies is 1,000 times stronger than among people. So it is extremely bad, extremely bad. So it is basically, let's say it used to be that the world had 100,000 of entrepreneurs, each in their own region, but now less and less companies can do it all. And the requirements you need to know technology. It used to be you need to know more and more to build a good company. So there's a bad side. The wealth concentration is extremely bad. It's really, really bad. So there's a theory of singularity. That means that, you know, at some point 100 companies, then 50 companies, then 30 companies will take up 80% of all the profits in the world. That's also the reason why I invest in unicorn companies, right? Because you could say, why don't you just invest in middle size? Like, it is more difficult to build a middle size business than to build a big business. And the big businesses, the unicorns, will become decacorns and hectacorns and trillion-dollar companies. So that is where all the wealth is made, all the wealth. It's better to own 0.1% of an extraordinary company than to own 100% of a medium company. Okay, that's in the world as it shapes right now. Okay, the ecosystems are businesses that get, the bigger they become, the more they get for free. So there's businesses, they don't work like this. For example, I finished my university in Germany. The university, the bigger it becomes, the worse it becomes. So when I was studying, there was only 80 students per year. It was an amazing university. Then they start scaling to 500,000, or let's say they would go to 10,000, it would get worse for everybody. The students like it less, the professors like it less. It becomes a worse university. So there's like an optimal size. But for other businesses, the bigger they become, the more powerful they become. There's no end. So there's some businesses, I was shareholder of businesses where when you become big, people come to you and they give you things for free. They just come to you, they're like, please take it for free. And they come and they give you more and more and more for free. So this is a network effect, mostly network effects. The more you have on one side, I used to own a dating business. The more women you have, the more interesting you are for men, and the more men you have, so it's like you don't have to do anything. You're like the empty middle. And you get more and more powerful as you become bigger. And ecosystems are like marketplaces, but with more than two sides. You not only have women and men or seller and buyer, but you also have, let's say, finance. So somebody who finances the goods flow, or you have logistics, or you have other systems. So this is a multi-sided platforms. They become ecosystems. And everybody is ready to invest in the ecosystems. Like hundreds, when you have a business where hundreds of thousands of people are like, I'm going to invest 1 million to build a business on this ecosystem. So you have 100,000 times 1 million investment in your business without you moving a finger. You know, so that's, and people take risk, people do work, people, so this is, it's like 10 million, 100 million ants. Everybody is doing a little thing, carrying goods from China to Europe. Everybody is doing for your platform. Your employees don't have to do it. And usually 100 million ants are stronger than any employees, no matter how talented. Like say if you have a sourcing department and you have the 10 most talented sourcing people, they will have no chance against 100,000 entrepreneurs who are sellers and who take their own money, take risks, skin in the game to bring products to your platform. So this is the reason, because we are digital, information moves very fast, everybody can connect, there's no limit to scale. You have platforms with 2 billion people, and every day doing something. Like YouTube, where we are now, amazing, right? We are sitting right now, we are investing our time, our energy to make content for this platform. And they didn't tell us to do it, they didn't ask us, nothing. And they don't even pay us.
Yeah. You never know, yeah. Okay, interesting. So, as we're here today, we invest in our time, so I will take this time to ask you one really interesting question. So, I would ask you advice.
Okay.
So, imagine that you are invested in a Svoi ecosystem.
Okay.
So, Successful Visionaries Opportunities International. So, the key...
Okay, successful?
Visionaries Opportunities International.
Okay.
So, just in a few words, it's an ecosystem that's were built through my 17 years of experience connecting people and businesses around the world.
Okay.
So 200,000 people attended the events, programs, and so on. So it's a really strong relationship that's been built with investors, community leaders, super networkers. And the main point of it, it's an ecosystem where all the contacts are smartly monetized as well. So every person come into ecosystem. So the key companies, they're growing here faster. So the top experts, they're growing here faster. And also the people, because it was a big, I saw, throughout 17 years, I saw so many super networkers connecting people together. Lots of deals happening, and people were staying aside and oh my God, I need to create something to change that. So, and I created it, transformed Plate throughout the years with a business model, and now it's on and running, and it's there. So, can you imagine? You invested in my business, and you have to give the key advice to our CEO to make it X10 in next year. How would what it's gonna be?
So the first thing I don't like to give advice. I think advice for things that you don't know really well. So before I would give advice, I would have to spend,
look at numbers.
I would have to spend quite a bit of time. But I can share experience. So when you build a network of people, the key component is the quality of people. The quality of people. So to be in the network needs to mean something. It needs to have a meaning. If to be in the network means nothing, if to be in the network is the same as any random...
To be without network.
Yeah, it's a random person, random. You can have a random person, you can just go online, meet a random person in the comment section. If to be in the network is the same as a random person, and the key meaning it has to be is first is trust. There needs to be a component of trust. And that means that this is not there, growing 10x is meaningless. You can grow 10x in number of members or whatever. You will lose. It just dissolves. The network becomes nothing. Yeah. So I think the key thing that is missing is the trust, because when the trust is there, some form of trust, like advance, like a credit of trust, initially, right? At the end, you still have to do deals together. When people start doing something and they see, oh, this, I have to be careful with this person, just like with anybody else, then the network doesn't mean, there's not much value in the network. The network is just like yellow pages.
Yeah.
You know, yellow pages, you can just look up, okay, there's a lawyer, I need a lawyer. So this is what is missing in the world right now. It's not directionaries of people. It's very easy to find anybody. And you can even write, you can go to LinkedIn and just write to somebody. It's easy.
Yeah, but the key point here, this is exactly what you were saying. It's a trust. So it's 17 years, you know, the proper building like relationships. So the trust is there.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, so I would question if the trust is there. You have to really, you have to kind of measure it and see if it's really there. What people crave at the moment is real relationships. So people have a lot of artificial relationships. You know, everybody has 5,000 friends on Facebook. Everybody has a bunch of WhatsApp or Telegram groups, and so people are so connected. You can, any random people like me, I have like 25,000 contacts in my phone, and I don't know, millions of people who can write me something, and but what people crave is real relationships. So you need to create interactions where they do something, and they create. That's what people are craving. Do something, even offline. I think offline is very important. I think offline is the luxury of the future. Different types of retreats, different type of combining people, let them have some experience. Let's not go directly into the deal. Like going directly into the deal is, especially here in the Arab region, it's not common, right? There needs to be a 2-year, you know, let's go to each other's weddings. The families can meet, and then it's a very smart system actually. It ensures that you have something to lose if you're doing the deal. That's what I would focus on. That's where the scarcity. I don't think that you can grow 10x in your power and in your importance by going from 200,000 people to 2 million people. That's not the 10x I would look for.
Of course.
You can have a network of 400 people having more impact and more importance than a network of 2 million people. Much more, because even a small network, so the networks I built, for example, I try to focus on less than 150 people. So I prefer a network of 150 people that have over 10 years met, you know, 20 times, that people know each other, people are witnesses of each other's life, people have real world interactions. I think this network is more powerful. But you need both. You need the scale, but I think that's what I would focus on. This is
so from this answer what I've got, so to create the 10 to make a 10x, to focus on the deals that's happening and the connections that's happening inside the ecosystem.
Yeah, which KPI you said? What is the most important KPI? Number of members, number of deals. This is the most important thing. What is the most important KPI? So I think the number of deals is also a dangerous KPI, because you can start driving the deals, but it's not clear. So depending on what your goal is, right? But I think at this stage, I think maybe there's a better KPI, you know. What is the number of meaningful relationships that people have created inside the network? If you enter a network and you have no meaningful relationships, if you found one new good friend, it's already more, or you found one business partner. So maybe you can measure somehow the number of meaningful relationships that people have created.
Really good answer. You know, every my event, I'm started that we are creating here meaningful connections. And And I always was questioning myself, how would you, talking about like business, yeah, of course, it's like really important. Talking about business and KPIs, how would you measure meaningful connection?
Yeah. I think, yeah, that's a very good question. Like all my networks that I create are non-profits, right? So we are mostly, this is my philanthropy. So you just have to ask people. You have to ask people. But you can also measure how long they stay, if they prolong their membership every year. So how many people drop off, how many people are, how engaged are they in whatever you do? Like, is there like a monthly message or something that they do? There's ways to measure, but it's difficult to measure.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Talking about trust and meaningful connection, this is what separates SVOI ecosystem from any other networking. And here we are the ecosystem for the real big visionaries and the people who are ready to the play on a really high level. We don't take everyone, and it's a really selected process. If you want to join us and try a chance, here is a link under this video, so click it, and who knows, maybe you're gonna be the one. Okay, let's move to the next thing. So Oskar, in your investment strategy, you operate as a sniper in investing in the companies. So what are for you the green flags when you choose the company?
Yeah.
And what are the total red flags?
Yeah. So yeah, the sniper strategy just means a lot of people who have capital, they take the comfortable position. They say, I have capital, come to me, ask me for capital. And then you have startups who are hunting for capital, and then you sit as the rich guy and you distribute capital. And I don't follow this strategy. So my strategy is that I am on the hunt. I am on the hunt. So I call myself unicorn hunter.
I love that.
It's a hunt. So I go to entrepreneurs. I go out. I think a lot about, okay, my capital in the big world is, it's like this cup about it. It's very small. So I have to be very careful about what opportunities I choose. So I think a lot about the future, what I would like the future to be, what I believe are the mega trends, big problems that need to be solved. So I envision a future, and then I try to think about what new companies are going to be there that are massive. Every year, 100 new unicorns are created. Every year, about 100. Every year. So I think about what are the 1,000 companies that are going to be amazing, that are going to be there. And then I go back and I think, okay, how can I find them now? Who is doing this already? That's how I think. Yeah. So, and then I go out and look for the people who are building this future that I would like to exist. Like here. So, what is the companies that exist in this future? So, and then obviously. There's a lot of red flags, When you start going in and you find a company that's doing this, conflicts between the founders, all kind of social drama. When you meet the founders, they have a contempt for each other, or you feel that there's a conflict. This is a huge, huge red flag. When they are not able to articulate the vision very smartly, when their thinking is complicated. So it's a lot about the founders. If I see that they're opportunistic, they're already thinking about that they could sell this company to LinkedIn. So they basically want to already
about
they want to exit to an existing ecosystem instead of building their own ecosystem and corporation. They already at the beginning think very opportunistic. Okay, I want to invest less time in this, so I want to sell it. So that means they don't make this their life's work. I see that there's no good founder product fit. There's product market fit, but there's product founder fit. Like it has to be in his zone of genius. It has to use his superpowers, right? It has to be something that is unique, where he's uniquely positioned to build this. That has to be, it has to be logic. Like the stories of his life and the story of this company have to make sense, you know, in some form. Maybe he has a sister who is, you know, suffering from this problem. I also, now lately, I look for founder soul fit. You know, founder soul fit is something that when you build something, your soul is either happy or unhappy. So sometimes people build something and they become extremely unhappy as part of this. For example, somebody is building a bank, but his soul is not happy giving credit, non-performing loans, collecting. So he's suffering. So he will most likely lose against people who are not suffering. Maybe we are all different. We have all different life paths. So I look for people who are not suffering, building their vision, because it's going to be very hard to suffer for 10 years. At some point, you want the suffering to stop. So your soul has to be singing while you're building this. You know. So this is important for me. So other red flags are broken cap tables. So people own a large part of the company who are not full-time. All kinds of weird deals. There's investors who have like some very strange rights, or like the cap table has to be clean because it takes 10 years to build a company. If you're already early on, if you've made mistakes in distributing the wealth, then it's going to hurt you later. Red flags then about values, right? So if I see that any of my values are in contradiction with the company's values, even if it becomes an extraordinary company, I don't want to be part of it, right? So for me, this is like basic human ethics, Aristotle's basic things that I follow. The green flags are, when I see, basically when I see crazy energy in a certain direction. It almost feels like you have like certainty that this will happen. You feel that the team is going to execute. That's kind of the energy. The train is already moving, everything is happening, and you're just joining an existing mission. It's not like if you join, the mission starts. The mission is already going. That's the feeling you should get, right? When I see passion, when I see people who love what they do, that makes sense. When I laugh when people build a small system, very small, the smallest unit possible, to prove that whatever they do works. Instead of building like ecosystem immediately, like a extremely complicated system, they build a small system where they have proof points for their thinking on a very small scale. I love this, when
a proper MVP.
And it's also proving your ideas. You have ideas, you think this problem is this, but you have to prove your ideas, because it's very tempting to not disprove your ideas and to continue for a long time. I think energy of the people. I like energetic people. I like decisive people. I like speed. People who are fast. People who make decisions fast. Who are moving, changing, adapting. That's, I think, are the most important.
Good, thank you. And imagine you can invest all your money only in one company. What company it's going to be? What area? Not like a certain company, but what area it's going to be? What industry?
It's definitely going to be a marketplace.
Marketplace, definitely.
So in terms of, so for now, if I would have to invest all my money in one thing, I would, it would most likely be like almost non-profit. It would most like, okay, if I have to invest all my money, every single cent, it would be for profit because I need to live and my family. But if I could carve out a little bit to make sure my family is good, the rest I would invest. If I could secure, okay, I have my dream life, I can live my dream life with this money, then the rest I would invest in an ecosystem that improves the quality of life for people. So the problem I really care about the most, I think people are like this future that we see on the back, these people there, they are very likely very unhappy because we see an epidemic of depression, epidemic of anxiety. We see that even though we have improved medicine, we have improved life, people are suffering really big. And in a lot of places already more than half of people are extremely unhappy about their life, extremely unhappy. So with the current lifestyle that we are choosing, what we think will make us happy does not make us happy. And we are ignoring the things that are really important to people. So I would try to invest in a super app ecosystem that helps people make better life decisions, take actions that really improve their quality of life, their happiness. Because at the end of the day, why do we need all this technology if at the end we are all unhappy, right? Like if all our children are in depression, childhood suicide is growing like crazy. Like, okay, we have all this great technology, our children are killing themselves. Amazing, great technology, amazing, fantastic, you know. So we have in the US more than half of women taking antidepressants in certain areas, more than half, you know. So like, okay, amazing, we have all this technology, we have all this women rights, everything is amazing, but half of women are taking antidepressants. Great result, amazing technology, amazing. So at the end of the day, so this is what I would put all my money to solve this problem. I think that people can be striving. A lot of the solutions we already have. It's a lot about gratefulness, about kindness. It's about the small things that we undervalue. We overvalue, you know, lobster, champagne, and rich and things, and you know, diamonds and whatever. We undervalue human connection, experiences, and things like that. So the question is, how can you drive people to take the actions that actually, you know, can improve their satisfaction of life, their happiness, and this is where I would put all my money. But this is like almost a non-profit project. If I had to invest for profit, I would most likely put all my money in B2B marketplaces. So some massive B2B, I think at the moment, it would be most likely a three-sided marketplace where you have businesses finding each other and there's a financing component to kind of give blood to the ecosystem to make services and goods move faster. So I would like to I would most likely invest in this type of business.
Good. It's really interesting that you really touch, you know, the subject about well-being, because for me it was a bit hard to put myself together to actually do this interview, as yesterday I found out then one of the person in my circle did suicide, so it was like really emotionally hard for me, and I was, you know, thinking a lot about life in general, about values, and how we spend every minute of our life. And I've been reading your book, and thank you for that. For me, the two main points that I really like in your book was about that our main project is our life, and also about the way how you look at the balance and there's different like sprints in life. So can you share, for the people who are watching us, can you share more about your like balanced sphere? Because for me it was really, I was reading like, oh my God, every word of this book, I just love it. So this theory and the strategy. So can you just
Yeah, and I'm sorry about your loss. It's I see this a lot around myself because I work a lot with unicorn founders, with crazy people who are on the extreme spectrum. They sacrifice a lot for whatever they want to change, and sometimes it ends in heart attack, sometimes it ends in total burnout, and sometimes even worse. So 13 years ago I was in this position. So I was building my unicorn company, working 100 hours a week, giving it my all, everything I have. So as soon as I opened my eyes, I was like, I was falling asleep while writing an email, you know. So, and at some point I was in the hospital with like nervous breakdown or whatever it was. And the question was like, okay, and I was already wealthy at that point because I had sold the company, which is very lucky. And then I was thinking about, okay, why am I putting thousands of hours in this company or that company, and my life, I'm just living almost like a side project where I'm investing, you know, just a very, like all the important life decisions, I'm doing very, you know, low quality decisions. Health, who's the CEO of my health? Like who's actually taking care of my health? Is this like the doctors? Are they are caring for me? And I understood nobody's taking care of my health. Nobody's taking care of my wealth. Nobody's taking care of my life decisions. So for some reason I felt extremely strongly that now I have my life is my most important project. And then the second idea I had is like, oh wow, life is actually exactly like companies, because you have uncertainty about the future, conditions change, it's like a dynamic evolving system. Like all the properties of life are the same properties. When you build an AI company right now, you don't have certainty, you never know, you have competitive dynamics. So I'm like, okay, wow, because for companies we have developed all these tools, strategy sessions, brainstorm, mind maps, scenario analysis. We have all these tools, budget, everything. Wow, I have all these tools and I can use them for life. Why am I not, you know, thinking where to play, how to win? Like when I pick a sport, like health requires moving your body. Why don't I think, what sport am I good at? What are my genetics? What should I, like what are the different, what I like? So the same ideas, you know, OKRs, setting vision, action, how you measure, KPI dashboards. So now, and then from 2012 for the last 13 years, I have spent more and more time doing strategic work on my life to do exactly that, that I say, wow, this life is something I created with my own hands. I'm the designer of my life. I'm the architect of my life. I'm the strategist of my life. Whatever is happening to me is the result of my thinking, of my work. I have mentors. I have a, you know, board of directors who are looking. In the company we have a board because we became blindsided. Why don't we use a board in life? So, and this has been extremely successful. Extremely successful. This is for life strategy. And then the biggest question in all of this is always the question of balance. So for women, how do you balance motherhood and self-fulfillment? It's always, it's a never-ending balance act. And the same for, because when I decided that the life is my most important project, I didn't stop building. I built the company in 2013, in 2014, in 2015. I continued building, but I just had to balance it different. And the most important tool that I found that there was no book about is alternation. Because everybody is trying to find some fixed settings. How much time do I give to this, to this, to this, and you want to fix it, and then you want to just to be perfectly balanced. And it never works. Because conditions change, children become sick, and then like everything breaks again. So the only way that I can balance my life is with dynamic balance, not static balance. It's dynamic balance. And dynamic balance means that you use alternation, you use rhythm. You use rhythm, like just like the heart. We are sitting right now, our heart is balancing relaxation and beating. And actually, no matter how fast you run, no matter how fast, your heart is recovering more than contracting. It's interesting. Like when we sit, our heart is relaxing 70% of the time, but when we run, it's relaxing 51% of the time. So I decided that I want to be like my heart. Even if I'm in a hardcore beast execution mode, 51% need to be. You need to contract as well. Boom, sprint, go. So you need to find the rhythm. The rhythm is the balance, dynamic balance. So for every activity, for fatherhood, for my wife, for everything, I have to find the right rhythm of on and off, wave. And that's what, because there was no book about this, I wrote a book called Alternate.
Yeah, I love it. And talking about balance and back to your book, how are you balancing between, you play quite lots of roles in your life, and you do them quite successful, you know, balancing between business, like investor, family, being a good father, and also YouTube videos, and also, you know, your outstanding life unicorns, you know, which I really like this concept between, you know, the life, it's a main project.
2 days ago I was swimming in a lake below Mount Everest. There's a lake on 5,500 meters height, and I was swimming in a lake next to Mount Everest. Looking at Mount Everest, I was swimming, which is definitely a very special moment,
Yeah, so how, share more how you finding the balance between all those roles in your life, and maybe you can give, you don't give advices, just tips, how to have the person who doesn't have this balance, what we should start from, what are the actions to find this balance?
The first of all, not everybody has to be like me. You know, I have 10 disciplines where I want to master, and just like decathlon, there are people who do just running, 100 meters, and there are people who do decathlon, 10 disciplines. When they do decathlon, they are like 20% worse in every discipline than the person who does just this discipline, right? So when I do decathlon, I have to accept that in each thing, in you making YouTube videos, I will never be like Mr. Beast, you know. In maybe in business, I will never be like Arnaud from LVMH. Like, so you have to pay the price. If you want to do more than one thing, you will be less good at each thing, but you will be very good at the unique combination of things. Like, if you want somebody as a speaker who is also a very good investor, you call Oskar. You know, the unique combination of things. So there are people who can focus on just one thing. That's amazing. But there are also, the world also needs people who are more generalist, homos universalis. Yeah. So if you decide that if your life is more than one thing, and for a lot of people life is more than one thing, you know, for women, for most women, life is more than just motherhood. Motherhood is very important, but life is more than just motherhood. So if you decide that your life is more than one thing, you need to balance, and you need to make decisions, and you need to find solutions. And the worst case, let's say mother who is also working on a project. So if the worst case is when she's with the kids, she thinks, oh, I'm again at home and there's all this great stuff, and she has guilt about or fear of missing out in something. Then she goes to work, and she has guilt that, oh no, my kids there with the nanny and blah blah blah. So you're not good here, and you're not good here. You're always with the guilt feeling, and you're always in a contradiction. You're always sitting in the contradiction. So a much better, like when you're with the kids, be with the kids, live it out, make it amazing for this period, and then you go back to executing your project, and you're good in this. So it's about time boxing. So for you, whenever you are in a box of time, so I dedicate boxes of time for certain activities, and whenever I'm in a box, I'm really there. I am really there, 100%.
The power of now.
Yeah. So you have to. Like when I'm in a board meeting, I'm not sitting there thinking, oh no, I could be like walking in the park with my baby. And when I'm in a board meeting, I have to be in the board meeting, executing this thing. If I need to change something, if I have a guilt feeling that I just need to adjust my rhythm, maybe I need something more there. It has to be dynamic planning. You cannot plan everything in advance, right? But so I think it's very important to do time boxing very well. That whenever you are focusing on something, you're to be focused on everything all the time. It doesn't work. You need to focus at this. You solve all the questions in this box. Then you close the box, put it away. You open the next box, and then you work in this box. Okay. So this is like very important for people who do more than one thing. Is to divide up your attention. And your focus is the most important muscle you need to train, right? And then at the end of the day, I spend about 100 hours per year, more than 100 hours, just for strategizing and planning. What are the seasons? What is a good time to do what? And you know, the main idea that I have is that I have this difficult problem. It's a difficult problem. I have 4 kids, you know, how do you make this happen? And I embrace the difficulty. I was like, okay, I have this unique thing. How can I innovate? How can I innovate to make this amazing? Like the most amazing products in the world were created when there was a difficult problem. You had like a lack of resources, you have a lack of time, a lack of something, and then you create something amazing. So the most important for me is the creativity. It's not money, because even when you have infinite money, the problem is not. There's a lot of problems that money doesn't solve, right? So. The best ideas that I found are creative ideas. Creative ideas. So for example, with my children, to create peak emotions, to experience something with them that they will remember for all their life. It's a tool that you can in a very short time create an amazing memory. And if you create 50 memories or 40 memories, you already have a great childhood. The person has, wow, I remember this, I remember this, I remember that. So you create innovative, I call them projects or events, or I see my life as a series of events, and you create amazing things that sometimes you can combine to 2-3 roles, right? You can take your kids on a business trip, or you can do something, but you have to be creative at the end how you manage this. And it never, at the end of the day, really, all the time something breaks, something falls down, and it's just part of doing more than one thing.
I also really like your idea in a book that for all this, things that you just mentioned, fall down and so on, but you even have the time that you put aside when you worrying about those things.
Yeah, you need time to worry, you need time to have fear, you need time to grieve, you need to experience all the negative emotions as well, because if you hold them down, they control you even more. Yeah. And for relationships, the small things are the most important things. So relationships, for example, they don't take a large amount of time, but you need to do small acts of attention, recognition, give people respect, give people a signal that you care about them. It's small things, small acts of kindness, small acts of attention go a very far way. So it's not about the amount of time, it's the amount of actions, small actions that your system is helping you. My system is helping me to take a lot of relationship actions. And the sum of the time is not very big, but the result is amazing. So this is how you can, for other things you need time, like building a unicorn, you need a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah, talking about time, I know how much you value your time.
Yeah.
And you know, you are living such a fulfilling, you know, life on all around you. So just to give the message to the people who are watching us now, as a like final thing, what message do you want to send to this world and to the people who will watch us? Just like 30 seconds that will really touch the hearts and will make a difference to them.
Yeah, my first and most important book is called Just Do It. At the end of the day, whatever your childhood dreams are, whatever you want to accomplish before you die, whatever you want to make happen, you need to focus on action and make it happen. And the best tool I found, that there's no better tool to help you finally do whatever you want to do, write a book, you know, make your movie, whatever it is to pull forward your death all the time. It's a very uncommon thing, but to think about death every week, to understand that every week we have less and less time, that at the end of the day I have 500,000 hours left. So if I watch a movie, it's 2 hours gone or 500,000 hours. And it's okay if I decide to do so, if I watch the movie with my wife, but the limitation of time is extremely, so to remind yourself all the time that this is all I have. This small amount of time is all I have. And every time I procrastinate, every time I say later, 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 the probability that this will ever happen is going down. So that's why every week I remind myself how much time I have left, what are the things I want to do before I die, and this creates the sense of urgency, the sense of I have like this fire inside of myself that okay, if I don't do it now, I will never do it. And this is the fear of death is the only thing that can compete with the fear of failure, the fear of, you know, success. So you have to kill fear with another fear, that at the end of the day you will have regret about something that you didn't do, you didn't try, you didn't find the courage. So I hope you find the energy and the power to fulfill whatever you want to fulfill.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Brofist.
And I truly believe this is just a beginning.
Yeah, we are still very young. So,
We're done.
Bravo.
Yeah. Dear friends, I'm sure this interview inspires you. So if you didn't subscribe to the channel, please do it now. Put like at this video and share your insights in the comments. And also, if you feel that you are the one who is ready to join the world leading ecosystem, here is a link under this video. And you know what? This is just a beginning.